We're looking at an active week of weather here in central Missouri. Starting this afternoon, temperatures going to continue to cool down. Columbia only going to be back towards 32 degrees this afternoon. Jefferson City and Lake of the Ozarks a tad bit warmer. That's because we're tracking a cold front moving throughout the overnight hours, only into the upper 30s. Now, we are tracking a winter storm watch. That'll be in effect 6 a.m. Thursday until Friday afternoon, as we're going to be tracking snowfall moving back towards central Missouri. Then after that, we're going to be dealing with dangerously cold wind chill. So we are currently under a wind chill watch that's in effect from Thursday evening all the way until Saturday morning. And on top of that, we're going to be in a weather alert day. That's going to be lasting Thursday morning at 5 a.m. all the way until Sunday at 9 a.m. Now, much of the viewing area is going to be seeing the snow and these dangerously cold temperatures, but you look off to the north and west, there's not too much going on until you get closer to Seattle. Then you're starting to see some snow. That's that system starting to kick off to the northwest that'll eventually dive back down towards central Missouri. Taking a look at the ABC 17 Storm Track feature track, this line here is what we call the 540 freezing line. So pretty much anything north of that line is going to be most likely snow. Anything south could be rain, and anything along could be some mixed precipitation if there is moisture. Now, this system looks to kick off early Thursday morning, so about 3 a.m., knocking on the door of our northwestern viewing area. And you can see we're just off to the north and west of this line, which means we're going to be seeing predominantly snowfall with this system. Now, we're going to see some heavier bands of snow starting to pick up about mid-morning Thursday, and that's going to last until about noon. See these darker blues, so we are going to be seeing heavier snow. That's going to be impacting travel a decent amount. So if you can, might not be a good time to be on the roadways. Maybe just want to go ahead and stay home during this time period. This will continue to push through off to the east as we head off into Thursday afternoon. Thursday night early could see a little bit of flurries associated with this system, but then the focus is going to be going to the winds. We're going to see winds up to 40 miles per hour gusting, and that's going to be an issue with the snow just because it could be blowing it back on the roadways and reducing visibility all the way off until Friday. Now, temperature is going to continue to dive as we're getting this cold blast of Canadian air back towards mid-Missouri all the way into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, taking a look at most of mid-Missouri, we're going to be tracking accumulating snowfall down in southern parts of Missouri, just out of the viewing area, looking at 0 to 2 inches of snow, and extreme northern parts could be anywhere from 4 to 6 inches plus. But predominantly in mid-Missouri, we're going to be in that 2 to 4 inches, isolated 5 inches, down to the south towards the Highway 44 region. They're in that 1 to 3 inch range. And we're going to continue to see snowfall all the way until Thursday night. Then dealing with colder temperatures. So these are the actual temperatures as you're waking up Thursday morning. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of this heavier bands of snowfall really between the 8 to noon mark. So we're looking at -3 degrees at 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. Not going to see too much of a rise in the temperatures, only -1 by 10 a.m. And by lunchtime, 3 degrees. Wind chill is going to be well below this. Then we head off into Friday, looking at a high, yes, a high with the actual air temp of 5 degrees. The feels like temperature going to be -30 degrees paired with those stronger winds. Saturday, 12 degrees for the afternoon high, -21 for the feels like wind chill. And Sunday, the actual air temperature going to continue to warm up, still well below average, looking at 22 degrees with the feels like temperature down to -12. Now, as we're starting to get to that -30 to 40 degree range for the wind chill onto Thursday and Friday, we're going to be in some dangerous territory, especially if you're going to be outdoors. So if you're going to be outdoors, one, I'd recommend maybe not being outdoors, but if you have to be, you need to be very careful and limit your exposure, because we're going to be in that 10 to 20 minute window of frostbite setting back in for the human body. This is nothing you're going to want to play around with. You're going to want to stay cozy indoors if you can, sip on some hot chocolate, and just maybe watch the snow from inside until these cooler temperatures really start to blow back over, heading off early into next week. Now, like I said, we are going to be tracking some blowing snow on Friday with these gustier winds, so this will continue to create some havoc on the roadways. But as we start getting a little bit closer to Christmas, we're going to track a tad bit of a warm-up, still some negative wind chills. Then early into next week, temperatures dive back towards that freezing mark.